Hey guys, here we are at week 7, the first week of our second quarter already, and we are starting out with skip counting our 13s. So the song is kind of lullaby-esque. So today for class, we skip counted the 13s as we swayed back and forth. We rocked babies back and forth. We bounced the babies faster or slower, and the tune sounds like this. 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78, 91, 104, 117, 130, 143, 156, 169, 182, 195. And that's our 13s. For English, we have to rise. So we're going to stick with the same tune from Missy Wilson's videos that we've been doing the past few weeks. And it is to rise, rise, rises, rose, rising, and risen. And for class, what we did is we started squatting down all the way on the ground, and we got higher and higher as we said each one until we got to risen. And with the tune, it looks like this. To rise, rise, rises, rose, rising, risen. And that's how it goes. To rise, rise, rises, rose, rising, risen. All right, for history, tell me about the Monroe Doctrine. So after victory in the War of 1812, so for victory, we're going to put our hands up like victory, a V for victory. And then in the War of 1812, the United States, the sign for United States is you take your two fingers around and together. So United States wrote the Monroe Doctrine. So we're going to make an M with our hand, and we're going to take our hand out like a piece of paper, and we're going to write the Monroe Doctrine, okay, which warned Europeans, take an E and circle it around the side of your head, warned Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. And this is the sign for Americas. So altogether, that looks like after victory in the War of 1812, the United States wrote the Monroe Doctrine, which warned Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. Okay, and that is our history. For Latin, we have some more Latin nouns. So we're going to keep with the same tune, which goes to rise and shine and give God the glory. But our new nouns for today are vita, life, lux, light, homo or hominum is man, and nomen is name. And so to song and motions, it goes like this. Vita, so we take our L's and we're from your stomach, you go like this, like you're giving birth to something. So vita, life, lux, light, homo, humanum, man, nomen, name. These are Latin nouns. Yeah, that's right. Latin nouns. These are Latin nouns. So it's vita, life, lux, light, homo, humanum means man, and nomen, name. Okay, those are our Latin nouns. For timeline, we have Jesus, the Messiah. So the sign for Jesus is we take our hands like this, and this represents his nail-scarred hands with the holes that he had when he died on the cross for us. So Jesus, the Messiah. So another M, we're going to bring it down like a sash for royalty across our bodies. So Jesus, the Messiah. And then you can put your hands up and do a big woo, okay? And then we have Pentecost and the early church. So that was a time when they were actually described in the book of Acts in the Bible, where they saw what seemed to be tongues of fire above them, and they all began to speak in other tongues. Also do the sign for that as pointing to our tongues and then the fire coming from there. So Pentecost and the early church. So we take our C and put it there for the early church because the church is founded on the rock. Then we have persecution spreads the gospel. So for persecution spreads the gospel, we're going to show fighting for persecution spreads the gospel. Okay, and next is Herod's temple destroyed by Titus. So we're going to take a temple. This is T for temple, and then it's destroyed. So we take our hands like this and a ball and break it apart. Destroyed by Titus. Okay, and then we have Diocletian divides the Roman Empire, R for Roman Empire, and then Constantine legalizes Christianity, and India's Gupta dynasty. And we do that because the Gupta dynasty was known as the golden age of India. They were really good with gold. So India's Gupta dynasty. And we've covered this before, but you point to your ear like an earring and the sign for yellow coming from that to represent gold. And that is our timeline for week 7. For geography, we have St. Paul, Minnesota. Let's show this on the map if we can. St. Paul, Minnesota, Bismarck, North Dakota, Pierre, South Dakota, over to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and back down to Lincoln, Nebraska. And it sounds like this. St. Paul, Minnesota, Bismarck, North Dakota, Pierre, South Dakota, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Lincoln, Nebraska. And that is our geography for week 7. Last but not least, we have science. And for science, we are learning what are 4 parts of the excretory system. So again, back from Missy Wilson's videos for science, we say, God made you, God made me. That's why we study anatomy. What are 4 parts of the excretory system? 4 parts of the excretory system are urinary tract, lungs, skin, and intestines. So 4 parts of the excretory system are urinary tract, lungs, skin, and intestines. And that is our memory work for week 7. Awesome week, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.